Jerry, good morning. This is Dr. Yates, Carlin Yates. We're looking in this left shoulder. We're looking from the back to the front, from posterior to anterior. This needle's coming in the front of your shoulder just above the biceps tendon. This is the biceps right here. It attaches to the top of the glenoid via this big labrum or cartilage, which is quite irregular and ragged here. You've got a lot of redundancy in this cartilage that's sort of being frayed here. Now this is your humeral head to the left. The glenoid or the socket is down here below. One thing I want to show you here is you've got quite a bit of arthritis in this shoulder. A normal shoulder should be nice and smooth and pristine, sort of like this small area right here. And you can see down here the glenoid is very rough, very cobblestoney down in here. You can see the yellowish degeneration on the glenoid, how rough it is, and then look on the humeral head. See here as I rotate the humeral head, you've got a huge, huge area of arthritis there. As I spin your arm around, see it's down to bone right there. And Jerry, this is a bad, bad problem because you're rubbed down to bone on your humeral head. This doesn't even have anything to do with your rotator cuff. It's just due to abuse of the shoulder over many, many years from your weightlifting and your training. So regrettably, we can't do a thing about that. That's just raw bone rubbing on the glenoid. You can see as I rub it back and forth, we can't resurface that at all. Now you do have a lot of debris in this shoulder that we're going to clean up. I'm going to polish this cartilage tear up in here. I'm going to trim the cartilage down here inferiorly as well. We'll put a shaver in and tidy this up. But you can see that this shoulder has just realized too many miles, too much stress over the years, because this is the worst part of it right here. No matter what we do to your rotator cuff, you're going to have achy, deep, achy pain in the shoulder every day of your life because of this bone rubbing on joint surface. Now the rotator cuff is a whole different problem, unrelated to your arthritis. This is the rotator cuff here. You can see the blood supply stops right here. Normally the rotator cuff attaches to the humerus right here. See how the articular cartilage stops? The rotator cuff should attach all the way back. And look what happens. The rotator cuff stops right here. Then you have a big space of empty bone, sort of looks like the surface of the moon here. That's where your rotator cuff should be attached, is right across here where my needle is. But the undersurface of the rotator cuff is torn and retracted, sort of like a rubber band, right back up in here. See, here's the edge of the rotator cuff right here. See how thick it is? This is what we call the rotator cuff cable, because there's a crescentic cable of rotator cuff that goes all the way from here all the way back to the back. And you can see you just have a big defect here, but it's still undersurface. It's not through and through. But see this big leathery cardboard-like wad of rotator cuff? This here should be attached to the bone right here. Okay, now look in the background. You've got a nice surface of rotator cuff on top of that, and that's why your arthrogram dye did not leak out all the way through, and why our fluid's not leaking all the way through. So it's still an incomplete tear, but it's not, I mean, this shoulder's just not looking good, Jerry. I mean, we can only do so much to improve a beat-up shoulder, and I'm not sure we're going to be able to give you the relief you want to get back to training and weightlifting. This is a shoulder that should not be weightlifting. I'll be very serious with you about that. You can do some leg work and some arm work, but this is not a shoulder that can do bench presses and militaries and lat pull-downs and things like that, because we'll never be able to get it back absolutely perfect the way you want it. So this is the reason why we videotape these things, so we can show you what your limitations are going to be. I'm going to go ahead and put a shaver in here and start tidying things up.